Hi Capricorn, I hope you're doing well. Okay, I would suggest checking out the Cancer reading if you choose. I do the readings like this, the opposite houses, because they kind of fill in the other half of the equation there, and it has a very, very, very similar flavor here. Okay, so I have messages for you, and it also totally aligns with both of these readings. So I hope that Cancer watches this reading as well. There are new relationships in here. There are new joys in here, passions in here, happinesses in here, anything of beauty in here that you're looking for is it's the it's being held up here, I should say, not coming to. There's something in here that you're not, whatever area this is, just pick one in your life that kind of relates to what's happening now. Are you trying to manifest something? Do you want to do something, but the but comes in, right? Like, yeah, I want to do it, but it's more complicated than that. But it's not the right time. But. It's that is the thing that I'm telling you verbally that's holding this up here. Sometimes you're trying to manifest something, want to do something, want to move here, get this, do that, whatever it is, and it just falls short. What is it that starts to go through your mind at that moment, right? Like when you're it's just not coming through because there's a sabotaging pattern underneath that is just, it's not allowing you to do it. And it could be fear, it could be self-doubt, it could be a number of things, but it's something that lies within. It's not a situation that is doing this, because I think for a lot of you, you think that like something external is holding you back from doing the thing or having the thing or dating the thing or buying the thing or whatever the thing is, right? It's not. It's something internal that you might not realize that you do, or where the fear is coming from, or where the self-doubt is coming from, or where the anger or the resentment or the repressed energy is coming from, right? It'll show up in a health issue though, for sure. I don't see it in here, so we're going to get ahead of it. So, that's what I want to put out here, because your real message is that the joy that you're looking for will come as soon as you get rid of this thing that's under here, right? And just acknowledging it, because you're going to have to chip away with it. It's not going to be patient with yourself and non-judgmental, because it will be something that you most likely picked up from childhood. It's something you're carting around, right? It's the junk in the trunk. I want to say this too on that note, because if we could get into the habit of realizing that yesterday's stuff, yesterday's whatever, is past, take the awareness only and leave the crud there, because it gets heavy after a while, and before you realize it, the pilot light has gone out, and that's a really hard place to try to pick yourself back up from. Okay, so that's what I have here. The cards that I've got for you come in with the Seven of Cups, I'm sorry. It really all lies here. And on the outbound, I'm going to tell you, come out with the Wheel of Fortune. You can feel the energy literally lighten up towards the end of this reading, because these are all things that you've got within you, the power to change these things, and your life will have the brightest pilot light you've ever seen in your life. Okay, so we come in with the Seven of Cups. You've got the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, the Justice card, the 7 of Swords, which, by the way, I'll tell you, it sits in your blessing spot, and it is the highest card in the deck. It is a card of emotional security, and when you have that, my loves, you can walk through the world, and you are the most blinding light, focused on where you want to go. The craziness that goes on around you doesn't bother you. You go through life with ease. And I'm not saying life is easy, but you don't get caught up in the crazy. That's living your life. That is the game of life with a stamp at the end. And you come in with the Wheel of Fortune. You go out with the Wheel of Fortune, I should say. Okay, so what I have around this is There is something in your life that has become very chaotic and entangled. This can be anything. It'll be specific to you, okay? It's either a life stage, a relationship, some kind of something has become too constrictive, right? And the cards on the inbound show this. And it's just a matter of getting inside. That's the answers are inside. This is not about, and I'm not giving you advice, but this is what the cards are saying. It's not about asking somebody for advice on this. Your answers lie within, and you have them. You are very intuitive. You are very, very psychic. You know exactly what's going on. You can pull in anything that you wanted. And that sometimes can be the overload too. What crap of this is mine and what is not, right? It can be that, and that can be very oppressive energy. But you have within you the power to shake your life up and get out all of the stuff you don't need, and be very crystal clear on the things that you do and what you want. And yeah, I want to do that, but they go away. They get crystal clear. Your timelines are straight. Your pilot light comes back on. You have a very creative mind, and you have to engage it in things, or it will suck the life really right out of you. Without desire, you will die. That is basically it. Yeah, that's what I wrote on that. There are feelings in here too that, and I think these are the things under the surface that you're not aware of, and they may or may not be yours. You'll have to decipher that, but these are the big guns. These are the guilts. These are the feelings of shame and worry and fear and all of these things under there, under the surface. Reassess your boundaries. Where do you take on too much? Because when you do that, it skews your perception and it sucks the zest out of life. What we're looking for is to remove those blocks. The way of doing this has blocked your energy. It's blocked your energy. It's taken out your joy from life. You've overextended yourself in some way. This is like cleaning out a garage of like a lifetime full of crap. What is it that is truly of value to you, and what is it that you need to either rearrange or get rid of, right? And these are internal things. These aren't the things in the garage. These are internal things, but inside of you, that's the rearranging that you're doing, okay? There is an inner strength, and I feel it. I feel somebody just really doesn't even realize how powerful they are. You know what I mean? They are just pulled around by everyone's whims, and this is not where you want to be. You need to recognize that you've got the inner strength, and this really, that Seven of Wands card I was showing you, this will change your life overnight. Literally, it will change your life overnight. You'll have to deal with the things underneath, the emotional things, of course, but this could really snap your life into a totally different direction. The Wheel of Fortune card is already saying that the cycle is changing here, right? Whether you want it to or not, it's going to change. And it's changing in a really great direction. So I would engage in your life right now in these things. Are there things that you put off that you still feel like I didn't accomplish this, so I'm not whatever, ambitious? You are. It just might not be something that you want to do anymore. So you'd be surprised how much taking things off of your mental bucket list frees up space, and it gives you a lot of energy, right? It restores your energy there. Clear thinking comes here. Balance, harmonious relationships. You've got clear mind and balance, and truth comes back to you here, your truth. And that is only yours, and it's found internally. It's more the high priestess truth than the hierophant truth. It's internal. It's what you know to be true for you. And that's all that matters. This is also about speaking up too, and getting rid of indecision. That is what I'm saying. You need a breath of fresh air in your life, and that's going to come from within, how you rearrange your life, right? How you rearrange the time that you spend for yourself, whatever that is. But there's a self-care element missing from this reading, and that will restore things. You know what I mean? Even so much as taking like a salt bath or changing your diet or anything like that. You've got to really look at what's happening here. The card here in the blind spot is the Justice card, and that is just saying you've got to look at things with fresh eyes and a new perspective and a brighter light. So it's looking at your life differently, right? And being honest with yourself here. That's the honesty you're needing, is with yourself, not anybody else, right? I think there's blocks here. The need to open your eyes to see your options more clearly. That's why I'm saying different things. What do you want? What gives you joy? You can't live a robotic life. And that's kind of what I think. Something has really just gotten too heavy, and the illusion in all of this and in life and ingrained into us is that we can do everything. We can handle it all. And that's insanity. It's what it is. The answers, again, came really clear that you have these answers within you. They're not going to come from outside. And I'm not saying don't talk to people about things. Choose what works best for you. But in the quiet moment, in the anything moment, the answer will come to you. And it'll come to you. It's not coming in a feeling. It's coming here. It's coming right here. And it's crystal clear. And it'll tell you exactly what to do. And you just have to act on it, right? The Seven of Swords, not only is that the highest lower arcana card in the deck, it's also a card of good luck. Okay? It's a card of good luck and wishes granted. And the Wheel of Fortune is right after it. So get really clear what you want for your life and what you don't want, and what is, what you've taken on responsibility for that isn't yours, right? If you've been working on something, don't give up, because it's coming. You just need to refresh your batteries and get back in the game, right? By that, I mean refreshing yourself, right? Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Or if you're not enjoying what you're doing, change what you're doing. And don't let the but get in there, because these are this message was very strong, that they want change. They want change. They want joy. They want happiness. They want beauty. They want the relationships, but they're not willing to look at where the underpinning is. And that's really not, it's on you because you're carrying it around, but it was ingrained in you. This isn't something that you were born with. It's something you picked up along the way, right? And it could be a lifestyle that's the only way you knew, the only thing you knew. But now it's different. You don't need to do that anymore, because it's really holding you back. Okay. Release past restrictions and embrace adaptability. This is, again, a whole new, fresh way of doing something. If you need little things to remind you of this, because this is going to be totally different for you. This isn't going to be orchestrated, like the drill sergeant kind of get things done. It's taking an honest assessment of your life and asking yourself, on an equation, how much joy do I have in my life? When was the last time I actually did something that excited me, right? And again, this isn't a career read or a life, it's a lifestyle tweak, and it's going to change because it's changing a cycle of your life. So it's not going to be something little. It'll be something big. It'll be, like you move somewhere, or you change a drastic job, or you do something that puts fire back in your belly, right? What do you want a relationship? Do relationships not work out for you? Do you want a better relationship? Do you want to better the relationships that you're in, right? This can be with your kids, with your family, with your coworkers. This can be anything. Life is it's a relating game. So where in it are you responding or reacting due to these things, these fears, these undermining patterns that you have of responding? Where do you get defensive, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to be defensive. Do you have to yell to get your point across? Do you not speak up because you just don't think it's worth it? Do you not speak up for yourself? These are all these things, because these cards here are telling me I've taken on way too much. I'm tired, and I need to reestablish my boundaries. Right? That's all it is. And boundaries change consistently due to different situations. I have peace in my mind, and I make clear decisions. That's what this is. But then once I do that, I open my eyes and I look at different perspectives. And looking at different perspectives can be from here. They 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 can be from anywhere. They can be from different kinds of foods. They can be from different kinds of anything, right? This is just saying, in your blind spot, be more clear and precise about how you're looking at things, how you're going about things. Do you take on too much? Do you take on what's not yours? It's this. In a nutshell, this card it's a karmic card, and it kind of sets you free when you establish the balance that's yours. And looking at things, I don't want to say realistically, because that's different for everyone. What you presume to be true is whatever that is. So I would say just really look at the landscape and rearrange it, right? That's what I'm saying. The Seven of Swords is a card it's a good luck card, and it tells you that you're going to get a wish here. And this, again, you will move through life like you have never moved through life before. Light as a feather, because yesterday's crap isn't there. But I've got the awareness. I know now that I take things, how do I say this? I take all the stuff, I take all the baggage, and I don't need to take that. I just need to take my wallet. Or in a nutshell, it's the lesson. I take the lesson, I take the wherewithal, I take the awareness, I take anything. You take the grain of it and you leave it behind, right? That can be a conversation. You don't need to take all this. What I got from this was this person talks too much, and I just give away too much of my time, and I really don't care. You know what I mean? It could be something like that. It's not that you just have to reclaim some stuff for yourself here. These are just examples. The Wheel of Fortune is going to change anyway. It's a cycle of life. And again, you've got two cards right next to each other that say these are good times after bad times. If you have not been well, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, these cards denote that you will. You will. But you've got to get the mental and the emotional part under wraps, because this is a lot of emotion, and it's a lot of, how do I say, this is just, you've got to look around and realize that a lot of this stuff, a lot of the ways you do things are just not yours. And there's nothing wrong with determination. There's nothing wrong with responsibility. We need all these things, but realize that taking on everything is giving you nothing. And I can't be more forceful on this. Make wise choices for yourself that are not going to align with chaos in the end, right? Say you're taking care of your parents. Your parents live at your house. You're now taking care of them. So you're their caregiver. So you've had to forego on something else. This is just get some help. If it's too much, get some help. Figure out other ways to do things without the guilt and the responsibilities of that weighing on you. You have other siblings, ask them for help. It can be any scenario to you, but I can't drive the point home enough that your life is about knowing when enough is enough, knowing what your boundaries are, knowing that your spark will go out if you don't take care of yourself internally. If things don't bring you joy and you're just working yourself to death, the pilot light will go out and you won't get up from that. That's a big one, I can tell you, because I counsel people constantly on this, and it's a tough spot to get out. Inner strength, now is the appointed time. Today is the day. Stay there. Do the things now, right? That's kind of where I'm going here with this. I'm not going to ramble anymore. You get the gist of this, but the message that came in alignment with the cards is the underbelly is what's holding you back. And there's nothing to fear. You're adequate. You're equipped. You're solid. You're strong. You're able. You're resilient. You're capable. You're a powerhouse. You are the whirlwind inside of your life. You just have to have enough energy in your reserves to keep a balance on that. And that's all. I hope that I helped you in some way. Again, I would suggest looking at the Cancer reading. I think for some of you, new relationships are coming in here. For some of you, I think the relationships that you got currently are being restored or let go, to be honest with you. I think jobs, you're changing a dynamic in your lifestyle. This isn't one thing. This is you. You are the catalyst in your life, and you are what's changing. So in turn, the life that you've got around you will change. For some of you, you're working on projects that you're just thinking, this is never going to come together. This could be a house remodel. This could be anything. It will. It will. You just need a refresh here, new perspectives. You're going to have that new car smell before you know it. So I hope I helped you in some way. Leave in the comments below, if you would, how this is resonating with you. I would be very, very curious. Okay? Thank you so much.